as great of a season as he had, people gonna always say, you know, you had his first year with the Chargers in the playoffs, and then you had against the Tennessee Titans. So now the question is gonna be, okay, when we need to see Lamar when it's money, when it really counts in the postseason. That's the next thing, and he's answered questions. You know, whether can he be a quarterback and throw the ball in this league. He's shown that this year. The next question is, let's see the Baltimore Ravens advance in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's a fair thing to say. I mean, he did have 500-plus yards of offense in that game, but when the game was on the line, like a lot of the Ravens, they just didn't play well. It wasn't all on him, but some of that was. I hate the situation is, how dare you criticize Lamar Jackson? Well, you can praise him for what he's doing, but you can also say, yeah, but this didn't work, and he was part of the reason why there.
Well, I think what happened a little bit, Trey, was, you know, everybody was all about Lamar and his improvement and all the things the Ravens did this year, and rightfully so. And then when they got beat in the playoffs, you know, a lot of people jumped on the anti-bandwagon. But I think I look at a glass half full more in that, look, this is the first year of that offense. I mean, let's not forget, that offense changed a whole lot from Flacco, all right, to this year and what they did, Greg Roman, John Harbaugh, and even Lamar executing that offense. I just look at them getting better and better, and I look at this young guy getting very dynamic athlete, no question, just getting better and better.
And the thing, remember, he's only 23.
That's what I'm saying.
He's younger than Joe Burrow.
Well, he's 23
He's younger
years
than Joe
old.
Burrow.
Right.
I mean, that's the craziest way to look at it. And much in the same way we talked about how Andy Reid and the weapons around him are perfect fits for Patrick Mahomes, the way the team has been constructed by John Harbaugh and the front office of the Ravens around Lamar Jackson is also the very same thing. They have put the right people around him to take advantage of his skill set.
They have. I still think with all of that, though, and they've done a great job, and Coach, you're exactly right about the offense, and you're exactly right about the age. I do think you still have to be concerned, and people can have an issue with it all they want. If your quarterback's going to carry the football over, 200 times a year, like, you still have those concerns. I mean, one of the reasons that Tom Brady's playing into his 40s is because he doesn't carry the ball very often. Like, that is the reality of the position and carrying the football in the National Football League, and it's why running backs don't last forever.
Listen, what do we always say? You see a lot of young running quarterbacks in the NFL. You never see a lot of old ones. Now, he's years from being old.
Correct.
That's why they're going to try and take advantage of this team as it's constructed right now over a 5-year window, I think, before they'll probably have to think about moving things around, right?
Well, I think you touched upon it earlier when you talked about the time period. You know, a lot of people talk about with these, I guess, classic quarterbacks, 12 to 15 years. That might not be the case with Lamar Jackson. But if during that span that he's a quarterback, if they
might be good living.
It might be really, really good, and you'll take that.
Yeah, they were the #1 seed and set the NFL single-season rushing record by a team for most rushing yards on the ground. We'll see what happens and if they can improve and advance in a playoff game in the 2020 postseason.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.